video, we will learn about Tulunadu, coastal Karnataka. In ancient times, the part of coastal Karnataka. You can see in this map, children, the orange colored shaded part. Yes, it is written coastal Karnataka on that. That part of Karnataka was called as Tulunadu in ancient times. It comprised, that means it had more or less the present Dakshina Kannada and Udupi districts. What we now have Dakshina Kannada and Udupi districts, it was called as Tulunadu. In the Puranas, the western coast is referred to as Parashurama Kshetra. In the Puranas means in ancient times there were many scriptures that is which told many stories about ancient time. In those Puranas they referred to this Tulunadu as Parashurama Kshetra. Here most of the people speak Tulu language. Not only Tulu, number of people also speak Kannada, Konkani and Bari languages. So in Tulunadu, people speak Tulu, Kannada, Konkani and Bari languages also. This Tulunadu in ancient times, in the historical times. Now we will learn about history of Tulunadu. Who all ruled Tulunadu, how it was ruled, all these things. That will be learnt in history of Tulunadu. During historical times, Tulunadu was ruled by the Kadambas, the Alupas, the Hoysalas and the Vijayanagara kings, and not only Vijayanagara kings, many other small dynasties also ruled Tulunadu. The Alupas ruled Tulunadu for the longest period, that is from 7th to 16th century. Now this Kadambas, Alupas, Hoysalas, Vijayanagara kings, these are the dynasties. Then which were the capital cities? Udayavara, Mangaluru, Barakuru and other places were their capitals of Tulunadu. Then another important thing we need to learn about the history of Mangaluru is about Rani Abbakka Devi. Rani Abbakka Devi, she ruled in 16th century. She was from Chauta family. She fought with the Portuguese and defeated them. She was called as the Queen of Spices by the foreign people. That is, Portuguese called her as the Queen of Spices. She was a very brave and courageous queen, which about Rani Abbakka Devi you are going to learn in your higher class. That is, in 7th standard, you are going to learn about Rani Abbakka Devi in detail. Now, the next we are going to learn about Tulunadu is religions. Which are the religions that were there in Tulunadu? Most of the rulers of Tulunadu were Jains. Not only Jains, other people who followed other religions were also there. Like people followed Buddhism. Not only Buddhism, they followed Jainism, Hinduism, Veerashaivism, where they believed that they followed the principles of Sri Visharana Basveshwara, and there were people from Nathapantha, Islam, as well as Christianity. Then the two popular forms of worship in Tulunadu are the Naga worship and the Bhuta worships. These two deities, that is Naga and Bhuta, are worshipped commonly all over Tulunadu. So, Tulunadu, the popular forms of worship in Tulunadu are the Naga and Bhuta worship. This question you may get in test, children, test or exam. Like name the two popular forms of worship in Tulunadu. Then you have to answer Naga and Bhuta worships are the two popular worships in. The founder of Dvaita philosophy, Madhvacharya, also belonged to Tulunadu. The founder of the philosophy called Dvaita, Madhvacharya, also belonged to Tulunadu. He was from Tulunadu. Then Sri Manjunatha temple at Kadri in Mangaluru is an ancient temple of Tulunadu. By starting educational institutions, the Christians have made their contributions in the field of education. They started printing press in Mangaluru. The Basil Mission Press, which is there in Mangaluru, was started by these Christian missionaries. The Kannada dictionary compiled by Ferdinand Kittel. This was the first Kannada dictionary which was compiled by Ferdinand Kettle. He was also called as Reverend Ferdinand Kettle. He compiled the first Kannada dictionary which was uh, printed at the Basil Mission Press in Mangaluru. Then another German was there. His name was Manner. He compiled a Tulu dictionary. He German by name Manner. Manner is the name of a German person who compiled a Tulu dictionary. This was also printed at Basil Mission Press in Mangaluru. Foreign missionaries were the earliest to propagate their religion in Tulunadu. The foreign missionaries, the Christians, were the first to propagate their religion, to spread their religion in Tulunadu. In Tulunadu, these Christian missionaries were the earliest to spread their religion. Later, their work was continued by Indian missionaries. Then there are several churches also in Tulunadu. Not only that, from ancient times, Tulunadu had commercial contacts with Arabia. Commercial contacts means trade contacts. ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ವಹಿವಾಟು ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದು. So these Tulunadu people had trade contacts. So Muslims had started beginning to settle in India, that is in Tulunadu, and so they built many mosques also. Now we will learn about architecture and sculpture of Tulunadu. I told you there is a Manjunatha temple at Kadiri. Here there is a huge bronze statue. Huge means very big bronze. Bronze is a metal, okay? Bronze statue of Avalokiteshvara, which is about 1,000 years old statue. This statue you are seeing, no? This is 1,000 years old statue, it seems. This is there at where Kadiri Manjunatha temple at Mangaluru. Then Tulunadu is also famous for another temple which is called Thousand Pillared Temple, or it is also called as Basadi. The thousand pillared Basadi at Moodbidre, the gigantic, the very big Gomata statue which is there at Karkala, Venur, and also at Dharmasthala. These sculptures or these statues represent the Jain culture which was followed by the Tulu Nadu people. Then the popular Daivas, deities and the Devarugalu anta. Daivas of Tulunadu are Koti and Channaya. This Koti and Channaya are the twin deities, they say. There is a very big story related to them. The Koti Channaya shrine is called the Garodi. Shrine means temple. The next topic that we are going to learn is about the folklore. Folklore. What do you mean by folklore? Folklore means the traditions and customs, beliefs and practices that are followed by the people from generation to generation. That is called folklore. So here it includes the sports, the ancient sports the people played, and the entertainment they had whenever they had free time. All these things are also included in folklore. So the folklore of Tulunadu, Kambula or the Kambala, it is the buffalo race, cockfight, and Chennai Mane. Here we people we say that as Alguli Mane. Hope girls will know about Alguli Mane. Isn't it, children? So these are the three common games or the sports of Tulunadu, which are those Kambula or the Kambala, which means buffalo race, then the cockfight, and also the game of Chennai Mane. Chennai Mane, and you can see in this picture. By seeing this picture, I think you would have understood what is this game. We call here in Kannada Aluguli Mane. So these are the popular games of Tulunadu. Yakshagana and Talamaddale are the famous ancient arts of Tulunadu. You can see the people dressed up something differently. These people perform dances, dramas and all. So this is called as Yakshagana. And the music that is used here when they are presenting a drama or doing a dance, that is called as Talamaddale. I will send a small clip of Yakshagana and Talamaddale in the end of this video. See here, you can see the instruments that are used for Talamaddale. So these are the famous ancient arts of Tulunadu, Yakshagana and Talamaddale. We have learnt in the previous lessons that British had started occupying the parts of our India, isn't it? So British also had occupied Tulunadu. We will learn about the British rule in Tulunadu. British ruled Tulunadu from 1801 to 1947. Then the British rule in coastal region commenced from the beginning of the 19th century. The British called this coastal region as Canara District. Later, the Canara District was divided into North Canara and South Canara. The northern parts of coastal region was called as North Canara and the southern parts were called as South Canara. So the northern coastal region was called as North Canara and the southern coastal region was called as South Canara districts. As everywhere, as in all parts of India, in Tulunadu also freedom struggle took place. The freedom struggle in Tulunadu. The people of Tulunadu were inspired by Mahatma Gandhi and they actively participated in the freedom struggle. The foremost, that is the important leaders of the freedom fighters of Tulunadu were Karnad Sadashivarao and Attavara Yellappa. Karnad Sadashivarao, he was called as the Desha Bhakta. Desha Bhakta means one who loves his country more than himself. So he was called as Desha Bhakta. He rendered unforgettable service, that is, no one can forget his work which was done to the cause of the Harijans. The lower class people were called as Harijans. He offered meals to the Harijan children. Meals means food. To the Harijan children in his home. He sacrificed everything for the freedom of his motherland. So he was called as the Desha Bhakta. The Desha Bhakta, Karnad Sadashivarao, sacrificed everything for the freedom of his motherland. Another freedom fighter about whom we are going to learn is Attavara Yellappa. He was a London returned barrister. Barrister means advocate or you can call lawyer. He was a member of the Council of Ministers of the Azad Hind government founded by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. He was a member of the Council of Ministers of the Azad Hind government which was founded by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Not only that, he was a military officer for 15 years in Netaji's Indian National Army. I think you would have heard about INA, Indian National Army, which was founded by Subhash Chandra Bose. He was a military officer in that for 15 years. Kudmal Rangarao. He was the leader of a social reform movement which took place in Tulunadu for the upliftment of the Harijans. So he actively worked for the education of the Harijan girls and removal of untouchability. When you come to higher classes, you will learn more about this Harijans and untouchability children. While in Mangaluru, Gandhiji had come to Mangaluru, he saw the social activities of Kudmal Rangarao and he appreciated them. So Kudmal Rangarao was one of the foremost leader of the social reform movement of Tulunadu. Banking. In the field of banking, the record of Tulunadu is remarkable. Canara Bank, Corporation Bank, Syndicate Bank, Karnataka Bank and Vijaya Banks were established here before the attainment of independence. Thousands of branches of these banks are spread all over the country. They have made a special contribution to India's economic growth. They have also created thousands of job opportunities. In 1956, the North and South Canara districts were merged with Karnataka state. That is, both North and South Canara districts also began to be a part of Karnataka state. Prior to this, that is, before this, South Canara was under the Madras Presidency. Then Udupi district was later created out of South Canara district in 1997. So here ends the lesson of Tulunadu. In the end, we can see a short glimpse of Yakshagana children. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me and clear your doubts. Thank you, children.